I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
When the moon hits your eyes like a big pizza pie, it's amore. It's a... Oh, sorry.
Don't let me interrupt you.
Oh, I just feel like a little Italian tonight for some reason.
You're a big guy. You're a big Italian.
Well, you know, something about this movie makes me think about Italy.
Yeah. Wow. This is
Probably because it's in Italy.
that would be the first thing. But hey,
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Happy Wax TV.
yeah. Oh yeah. You're Axe Master
Yes, I am, and this is Happy Wax himself
all day.
in the person. And this is Doom Gordon Report. So, yeah.
Yes. And this is a recommendation that we watched.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So I just want to say shouts out to, I hope I say your last name right. It's David R. I'm going to say Marcy. So he's been a long time subscriber. Cool guy. Comments on every fucking video. So I just wanted to say thank you. But we did a movie called The Wildling. We did a review on it. And he gave us a couple recommendations of kind of female creature feature movies. And this was one of them. And I found it. And we watched it.
And this is called The Spring.
Spring.
Not
Or
The
just-
Spring, it's just Spring.
Straight up spring.
2014.
Yeah, and it's so it's okay. So the big thing for me is it's directed kind of like by a tag team here, Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead, and they have done a movie called The Endless. And everyone that has seen the movie The Endless has raved about how fucking good it is. I have not seen it yet. I've been trying to find it. It gets released, I think, next month. So we'll watch it eventually and do a review on it. But everybody that I've talked to about it online has said how awesome it is when they saw that, like film festivals and stuff. So, and they were the directors of this movie. So, and this movie was.
Well, I'm really glad that Mr. Marcy recommended this one after watching the one that he recommended, The Wild.
Yeah.
Because this is a great movie.
It is.
So yeah, it stars Lou Taylor Pucci as Evan,
Yeah.
Nadia Hilker
Yeah.
as
Who is she?
Louise,
Louise.
and Francesco Carneludi as Angelo.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of other characters in there, but those are really the main people in the flick, right? There's
Yeah.
a couple guys he hangs out with at first, but
Yeah.
okay.
I know what I want to say about this, but you go.
All right.
ahead.
Okay, so I remember when we watched this movie, there was somebody that, and I went through our comments, but I couldn't find her. It was somebody that commented and said one of the flicks that we did wasn't really a horror movie because not a whole lot of horror happened on
Yes.
screen. So I was thinking of that really when we watched this, and I've got a weird review for this movie, and I don't think we should give away the end because if you spoil this one, it's not worth watching.
This is kind of like The Invitation.
Yeah.
I don't want to give the ending.
So, anyways, I got a weird way of reviewing this movie for that person, and I can't remember your name. Sorry, but I couldn't find it in all the different things that we're on.
You know who you are.
But anyways, if you're looking for a horror flick, this isn't a horror flick. This is a love story, really, is what this is about. So as a horror flick with like just saying it's a horror movie, I'd give it maybe a 6 because it's kind of, there's not a whole lot of horrible stuff that happens in it.
Yeah.
It is a creature feature. There are some cool effects, but just on that alone, based on that alone, no. The horror end of it is about a 6. The story itself and the cinematography, the way it was shot, and the fact that there's a huge classical sort of almost like Greek mythological side to this flick, that part makes it an excellent film, and I'm going to give it a 9 because like it's a great story, man. It's technically what we're like. We don't like this guy and I have never sat down and watched. We would never sit down and watch The Notebook. Okay, not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's like we would never watch a freaking love story. But essentially, that's what this is.
Just
right?
so you know, I sat on the chair. He sat on the couch when we watched this.
That's correct. Yes, there was
let's get that out of the way right
Yeah,
away. Okay,
it's all good.
So I know we stand close together when we do this.
We had separate tissue boxes as well.
Yeah.
We even hand tissues to each other. So yeah, so I give it that. That's my rating on it right up front.
Yep.
Like I absolutely love this flick.
Yep.
Just because of where it was filmed. It obviously had a big budget to film in Italy.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
And it was on the Amalfi Coast, and it just like everything about it. It had like it was like Louise was taking you back in time because of who she was, and
Yep.
you know, and I mean, you could like I remember the beach that they were on. I said, look at that, man! Like it's like carved out of stone, and you could just imagine the Romans coming in there in little boats and shit or whatever. Like it was just, I thought it was a great film that way.
Yeah.
Horror wise, you know, it was tamer than than like if you're looking for huge amounts of gore and splatter, look elsewhere. You're not going to find it here. But if you want a really awesome supernatural story, with some creature featurey aspects to it, a little bit of, you know, there's a little bit of, you know, blood and guts, but nothing really major.
Yeah.
Then, you know, but if you want a really great story that way, then this is the movie for you. So that's how I feel about it.
Okay.
So
Well, that sums up for me. So, okay, guys, until next. No. Anyways, no, I'm just.
Sorry.
No, don't, because you pretty much said it all, and there's really nothing else more to say about this because it is a beautiful movie. It's got everything in it, and I'll tell you, I was invested in this movie after the first scene, and it's not a spoiler. I mean, it's in the first 5 minutes of the movie, but Evan, his mom has terminal cancer. And he or she dies right in front of him, and it is one of the creepiest fucking scenes I've ever seen in my life, because this poor woman, and it's so realistic, and she just dies with her eyes open staring at him. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you, I had goosebumps for 10 minutes after that fucking in the scene, and they don't pull away when she dies. Like, they just keep it there. You'll see what I mean when you watch it. And it's like, I was like, what? I didn't know if I had to look away from the TV or what the fucking do. Like, it was, so I was invested in this movie. I didn't care what the fuck helps or what else happened beyond that point. But I figured if these guys can make me have goosebumps like that and be freaked out in the first 5 minutes of this movie, then I was invested. But it's just leading up to why he went where he did, and kind of the life that he had, and why he had to leave and go to Italy and all that sort of stuff. But just to kind of grab you by the fucking throat and pull you in from the get-go, like you can't stop watching this movie. And then Nadia Hilker is fucking beautiful. So I mean, you can't not watch her, and the way they get, like, they're so good on film together. Yeah, they gel together so well. So, and then like you said, the cinematography and the landscape shots and everything, like this movie's fucking.
Like you never see another. I mean, I've never seen a horror movie that has Mount Vesuvius in the background, wherever they are. You know, because he's living on Angelo's farm as a farmhand. Yeah. Gets a job as a farmhand. Yeah. And in the background you see like Mount Vesuvius, and I'm a huge Pink Floyd fan, and they did a film a long time ago called Live at Pompeii. And I was thinking, man, I'd love to go there. Like that's that in the back of my mind. I'm thinking, oh, that's where Pompeii is, somewhere out there, you know. Yep. And sure enough, eventually, you get a little glimpse of that too, which is so cool. I mean, you don't want to, like you said, you don't want to ruin nothing about the story. Because,
I don't want to say too much about the story. This is
one eternity later.
Oh, okay, we're good. We got power?
Yeah, we got power.
All right. Oh shit. Okay. Well, let's get this over with then.
What the hell?
Well, it's been a while since we had juice, so I thought I'd get shaved up, and you know.
We had the
slight technical difficulties.
We're gonna call that the Kane Hodder moment. And the batteries died.
We'll tell them that story in the first talk of what do we call that show again?
Let's talk horror.
Let's talk horror. Yeah. That'll be in the first Let's Talk Horror. Anyways, I was talking about Pompeii, I think, before the camera died. Yeah. And anyways, Vesuvius is in the background.
You look younger without that 5 o'clock shadow.
That's what my wife says. Mrs. Axmaster says that. That's why I shaved, because I'm going home and.
Who are you? You're like Carlo's younger brother.
There you go.
All right.
So anyway.
Yeah. What? Okay, so we're good. We got power now, and what the fuck were we talking about? Pompeii, Pink Floyd, I think.
Pink Floyd.
How
yeah.
good this movie was.
How good spring
is. Yeah. So I don't know. We might repeat ourselves here. I don't
and how we're going to basically make sure that the camera's got all kinds of power.
Yeah.
The next time we're. I don't think so.
You know the saying. What is the saying? Only an idiot does the same thing twice. This is my second time letting the batteries run out. So I'll carry that burden. So, anyways. Okay. So yeah. Yeah. This movie's awesome. So we already told you about it. We didn't give any spoilers.
No.
You gave a very in-depth kind of description of what you're gonna see in this movie and how awesome it is. And I think we said thanks to David R. Marcy
yeah,
for
sure.
the heads up on this one, because he was the one that led me to this flick.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, this
awesome.
This was not a disappointment at all. So yeah.
That's all we really need to say.
That's all we need to say.
So we were just right at the end, and it just.
Yeah, you need to finish shaving.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this movie's great. So if you can find it, definitely watch it, check it out. I think, what did we give it? We were giving it like 9s too, weren't we?
Yeah, I gave it a 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. I gave the movie side of it. I did that weird thing where I split the rating. Right? So, yeah.
Kind of like you're shaving, half and half. All right, I'll stop with the jokes. But yeah, so I think I gave it a 9 too. So yeah, it's really, really good. So, and then hopefully I didn't say this already, but I just wanted to say thanks to all new subscribers. And like I said, we were talking about it earlier. We got a new segment starting called Let's Talk Horror, and then it's going to be topics about horror and sci-fi, anything. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be people in horror, the different genres, different specific time periods, anything to do with horror. I have a list going. He's getting a list going. You know, we've got other people we're going to have on the show that have their topics that they want to talk about. And then I want you guys to leave topics in the comments so that we can talk about stuff that you want to hear about too. Each episode is going to be about 15 to 20 minutes long, and yeah, it's just going to be us talking, so it's going to be awesome. So we can, I know I like to ramble, you know what I mean? So you can give the horrors of shaving. That could,
can be horrible.
It could be if you cut yourself. So, but yeah, anyways, yeah, spring, awesome.
Awesome. Thanks,
9s.
Dave R. Marcy.
Yeah, man, thanks. And yeah, I mean, I think we're good.
We're good.
Yeah.
All right then. Until the next time. Stay scared.
And check the batteries.